It is time to get started. Hey, welcome to At the Track Live. My name is Coach James. I am the creator of and lead instructor for All About Aerodynamics. What is All About Aerodynamics, you ask? Glad you asked, even if you didn't ask. All About Aerodynamics is a science program where I use Hot Wheels cars to teach kindergarten through 6th grade students about a range of science and physics-related topics, including but not limited to friction, force, aerodynamics, drag, lift, Isaac Newton and his 3 laws of motion, kinetic energy, potential energy, elastic force. After we have conducted experiments to drive home those concepts and ideas, then and only then do I bring in about 400 different Hot Wheels cars, and each student has the opportunity to select a Hot Wheels car they think would be fastest in a series of races based on everything that they have learned in the course. Once they have selected their cars, they weigh their cars, they test the speed of their cars, they check the materials the car is made from, the year the car was manufactured, all the information that they can observe and document, they put into a spreadsheet. After they do that, then the only thing left to do is take the cars to the track, so they set up a 1/64 scale quarter-mile drag strip and race their cars, and then they check out how their cars performed. Did their cars perform up to or below their expectations? And if they had the opportunity, would they select that same car again, or would they make a different choice based on everything they've learned in the class? At the end of the day, we have fun with Hot Wheels cars and we learn science. What could be better? If you would like more information about our science program, All About Aerodynamics, just go to our website, aaAerodynamics.com. Or you can follow us on Instagram, AA Aerodynamics, and all the information you need is in the bio. You can contact me and we can discuss how to bring our program to your school or your organization or your special event. But this is not all about aerodynamics. This is all about Aerodynamics Presents At the Track Live. So what is At the Track Live? Well, before I can bring in all those 400 cars for the students to use, I have to make sure that I have them organized and cataloged and numbered so that I can put them back in the right place and have them ready for the next group of students right away. But I also have lots of cars that I have in storage because I go to the store, I go down the toy aisle, check out the Hot Wheels, see something I like, see something I think the students would like, I buy them. But until I have them cataloged, I can't use them. So I put them in storage, and At the Track Live gives me the opportunity to go into storage, grab some of those cars, pull them out, crack those open, do a quick little review, and get my little video, and get them put into the master spreadsheet, get them numbered, organized, and then they're ready to go. The students can use them. But wait, there's more. We have the new cars that we're introducing, so we might as well take them to the track. The track is already set up, 1/64 scale, quarter-mile drag strip, fastest Hot Wheels races around on the internet. And there's more, even more. There was more, and now there's even more. You have the opportunity to participate. All you have to do is go to AtTheTrack.live, select the Choose Your Car option. And when you do that, you are going to be taken to this series of pages. And on this series of pages, all of the cars that are currently in the All About Aerodynamics At the Track Live fleet are listed and numbered. So if you click on any of the pages, you're going to scroll through, you're going to see cars, you're going to see trucks, you're going to see fantasy cars, you're going to see character cars, you're going to see Batmobiles, you're going to see Ferraris, Lamborghinis, you're going to see F1 cars, you're going to see NASCARs, you're going to see a DeLorean Back to the Future time machine. You can click on the pictures. It will bring you closer. You can see from the reflection in the mirror, if it is a metal car on a metal body on a plastic base, or a plastic base or a plastic body on a metal base, or sometimes the cars are metal on metal. And when you're choosing a car that is going to race on the track, sometimes that makes a difference. And we saw last week, we had two of the exact same cars. We had the Amazon, which is car number, previous page, go to page 3. It is car number, I believe, 574. And I just 574. Let it populate. But this is the Amazon, and the Amazon is this version is a plastic body on a metal base. Well, I found when I was going through storage, I had another Amazon, which was the exact same car, but it was a metal body on a plastic base. And we raced those two cars, and it turns out that the metal body on the plastic base was faster than the plastic body on the metal base. And the weight is actually different, with the metal bodied car being slightly heavier, and that made a difference. That is the only difference between the two cars. So when you're looking at the cars and making your considerations, that is something to think about. Metal on plastic, plastic on metal, metal on metal. In some cases, we have some weird cars. We have cars like this one, which the Outsider, I'm not sure how this one was able to stay on the track, because usually cars that have 3 wheels, the wheel that's in the middle falls into this gap that is in the launcher. So this is our launcher. I mean, this is a sort of the skeleton of the launcher, but when we put it all together, there's a slider that goes right here that has the launching blocks that move up and push the cars out. So when most cars, their wheels are wide enough that they are on the white part here. But when you have a car with 3 wheels, that third wheel is going to be in the middle, and therefore the car is going to dip down and it's not going to be able to launch out. So I don't know how the Outsider, this car, this motorcycle thing that's there, I don't see how that was allowed to even stay in the fleet. I might have to check that out and make an adjustment, because that doesn't really make much sense that car would be there. So let me just make a little note for myself. 581, the Outsider with the 3 wheels seems a little odd. Probably shouldn't be there, but hey, it's there for right now. So if for some reason you decide that's the car you want to go with, all you have to do is select the Outsider, and there you go. There are just all kinds of cars that we have in here. So any type of Hot Wheels car that you are considering, that you're thinking about, is here. And if you don't see the exact car that you're looking for, you can send me a message and let me know. I will pull that car, and or I will check the spreadsheet, see if I have it. If I don't have it and you think it's fast, I will try and order that car, unless it's too expensive, in which case we'll have to find something similar and cheaper. But for right now, this is what we have. We have over 1,000 cars. There are 1,040 cars currently in the fleet, and we are going to add more and more. And whichever car comes out on top, we're going to take all the cars that I introduced, we have a couple of cars that viewers have picked that we are going to put into the tournament, and any others that get selected before we start the races. And we will put those into the tournament, and the winner of the tournament will have the opportunity to take on our fastest in fleet car, which is and has been this one. It is the BlitzSpeeder still. The BlitzSpeeder is our fastest in fleet car. It is the car that is it's in its fourth run as fastest in fleet champion, and there really isn't a car that has been this consistent. We've had the fact that it's a 4-time champion means that it's been beaten 3 other times, and those 3 cars, the Gazella R, the Dogfighter, and I believe it was the Mercedes-Benz 500E, those are the only cars that have beaten it. We are trying to find cars that can do that. The Amazoom, the metal body on the plastic base, came kind of close. At least gave it a good challenging race. It didn't get blown out. Usually the BlitzSpeeder will just blow cars off the track. And we see on Wednesdays, when we put these cars in the wind tunnel Wednesdays, that the BlitzSpeeder's aerodynamic profile is really the best we've seen on any car that we've put into the wind tunnel. The air is able to flow up over the body of this car with ease, and that is just how it is. The BlitzSpeeder really is able to minimize the impact of drag, and in doing that, it's able to maintain more of its speed, and that is the whole point when you're on the track. Maintain that speed, and the BlitzSpeeder does it better than any other car so far. But we have other cars that we are going to introduce, and we will see what happens with those other cars. And right now, let me just check. We introduced all these videos that I take. I shoot a little video of the cars every week, and I do that mainly because there is an online version of All About Aerodynamics and a rough shot, and there's an online version of All About Aerodynamics, and since the students can't see the cars in person, then they need to be able to check out the car, and the still pictures are good, but if they really want to check out the car, they need to get that 360 degree view. And in getting that 360 degree view, I need to have the videos. So I make these little videos, and that's usually what it's for. But I have hundreds and hundreds of these videos. Actually, no, take it back. I have 1,040 of these videos. But there's about 500 that I've actually taken and put graphics on, and the name of the car, and some logos and things like that. And I really hadn't done much with those videos until now, and so last night decided to finally finish up a side project and took all those videos and put those together, and they are running on a 24/7 YouTube stream that is, it's all those videos playing, and over there's like that lo-fi chill beats music just playing, just something to have on in the background, studying, hanging out, whatever. And I don't know, I'm not sure exactly at this point. When you go to the YouTube channel, it's going to be there. I don't know where this stream shows up when this one goes live, if it just comes in beneath, or if they're side by side, something. But that one is going to be there. I'm going to start doing some promotion. I just wanted to check it out. But if you just need to chill out and look at some Hot Wheels cars, there is a 24/7 lo-fi chill beats Hot Wheels channel that is out there. If you just search for lo-fi Hot Wheels, you will come across it. But all right, let's see, what are we getting into today? we have cars to race. We've got to try and find a car that is going to beat out the BlitzSpeeder. I went into storage, looked around, tried to find a car that a series of cars. Hang on, let me get this light straightened out. There we go. Looking for cars that could compete, trying to get cars out of storage. So I just grabbed a bunch of cars, and we're gonna see. Some of these I'm afraid, I think they're probably duplicates. Some of them I'm almost certain they're duplicates because I remember the names, and some of them we've had in the fleet recently. So we're gonna check it out. We're gonna see what cars I was able to pull out, and hopefully they aren't duplicates. So let's go right here. I found this little kind of F1 style fantasy car, the Hot Wheels 4-Track. Let's see. Hey, Christopher. Hot Wheels 4-Track. Hot Wheels. We have HW Braille Racer, HW Armored Truck, HW Kit Concept, Pursuit, Roll Cage, Ultimate T-Rex Transporter, Hot Wheels HW40, HW50. We do not have a HW4 track, so now we do. On the back it says, born in 2022 in El Segundo, California, designer Hot Wheels. Head to the track and push the boundaries of speed itself in this open-wheel racer. The wings and winglets generate a superior downforce while accelerating through loops and banked curves. So, here we go. Let's crack it open. All right. And we know that the BlitzSpeeder is weighing in at 32.4 grams. What was this called? The HW4 Track, Hot Wheels for Track, is weighing in at 31.9 grams. So we are looking pretty good as far as the weight. It's just right there on the border. Let's go ahead and switch over here. Take a closer look at this one. And it's Hot Wheels, clearly Hot Wheels kind of Formula One-ish fantasy car. We have another one that is another like similar idea, which is the car that Christopher is going with to race today, which is the Hot Wired, which is another. It's a fantasy car, but it definitely is in the same kind of fantasy situation. Oh, and this one also has, it's got the best for track designation. So I mention this all the time, that we really haven't figured out what exactly that means. If it means anything, it could just be marketing, and they need a new gimmick to sell, to move some toys to make them different from year to year. And best for track sounds good, but we've had lots of those cars, and we haven't necessarily seen anything from the best for track cars that lets us know that there's something special about those cars. But this is one that should have a shot to do very well. The weight is good. The weight is good. The back end, I like that it's flat right there. Across that wing, it's flat. It's going to press right up against the launching block, which means it should get pretty solid launches. There doesn't appear to be a lot to disrupt the airflow all that much. But of course with these cars, and even in real life, the F1 cars, aerodynamics are important, but what's more important is downforce. And those cars are created to create extreme amounts of downforce to keep those wheels on the track. And so it's interesting that even though those cars are incredibly fast, downforce is way more important than the aerodynamics. Aerodynamics are important, but keeping the car on the track, absolutely job number one and the most important part of this. All right, let's zoom in here so I can get my still picture of the Hot Wheels 4 track. Yeah, I'll definitely put it in the wind tunnel. But the thing is, so it says best for track, but all Hot Wheels cars, unless they're unusually large or wide or something, can go on the tracks. So all the cars can go on the track. So what does it mean best for track? I don't know. It's like they're suggesting that it performs better on the track, but I don't know what does that even mean? Again, the only cars that we know that there's some difference are the faster than ever wheel cars, because there's an actual difference with the axles. Other than that, I don't know. Best for track. There's a few of those track stars. There's a few others that have that. Let's see if the little logo is on the bottom. Yep, and it is. So right here, it's got the little best for track logo right there on the bottom, but it's not really saying much. But we're going to find out. Is it best for track? We might find out today. This car is best for the track, and it is going to have to beat out a bunch of other cars, but that is the whole point. We're going to find out, and we're going to find out pretty soon. All right, so we've got our first car, the HW4 track. Let me check the year it was manufactured. That would be 2022. And that is car number 1041. And we're really kind of moving. When I mentioned that when I was setting up the that channel, that the other stream, the live stream I was talking about with the car videos that's running now, there were so many. It's crazy because we started with, there's about 500 different of those videos, and now we're up to 1040. It's kind of crazy. All right, let's see. I pulled out two of these. I know at least one of these is already in the fleet. Two Volvos. So the first Volvo is this one, the Volvo 240 Drift Wagon. And let's see, Volvo 240 Drift Wagon. See if we have one of these. I know we put a Volvo in there not too long ago. Volvo. We do. Car number 1002, the Volvo 240 Drift Wagon. Gonna go ahead and just check, just to make sure it is a different one. Oh, no, it's the exact same one. Same color and everything. So at least I was consistent when I saw that one. I was like, ooh, I like that. And when I saw this one, I was like, yeah, I like that. But this one is a duplicate. This is going into the prize bin. Some student will have the opportunity to select that. Yeah, that was one of my plans. So really, Christopher's saying that I could ask Mattel about Best for Track if I go back to the Legends Tour next year. I'm definitely going to go. And my plan this past year, I guess I have two questions. If I could just sit down and ask somebody at Mattel, I have the designers, the people involved with the decision making for Hot Wheels. I have two questions. The first question is, how do they determine which cars get what kind of designs, as far as the decals and the stickers and the logos and all that stuff? And then the second question would be this, about the Best for Track and the track stars and what that actually means. So yeah, if I do get the opportunity, I have two questions that I'm just, ready to ask. All right, so let's see. So we have that one. Here's a question. We've got a Volvo 240 Drift Wagon, but we don't have one of these. The Volvo 850 Estate. Kind of a similar look and feel, but it's a Volvo wagon, so it's going to have that look and feel. But yeah, we definitely don't have one. We have one now. Let's crack it open. This is part of this is from the Ryu's Rides, the former Hot Wheels designer who's got a lot of cool vehicles in the fleet. So let's crack this open. All right, Volvo 850 Estate. Let's see what we've got here. Weighing in at 29.2 grams. That's pretty interesting. It's even got, I'll switch over and show you. There is there's a spare tire in the back. You can kind of see there. A little bit of a reflection. Turn it this way. Spare tire there in the back. But even with that spare tire, this thing is not that heavy. 29.1 grams is pretty interesting. You said the elephants, what, oh, that was on there was a car that we looked at not too long ago, like recently, that had that elephant on there, and we were trying to figure it out. So you're saying that the elephant symbol is from Thailand. Interesting. Okay. All right. So we have our Volvo 850 Estate. Kind of cool looking for a wagon. Right here, Volvo. When I was a kid, my mom had a Volvo. It was not all that cool that I remember, but hey, the Volvo Estate wagon, and also she wasn't racing it, so maybe that would have changed my opinion if I'd found out that it was like extremely fast. But we've got this one. I like the look of it. I like the look of this one. And let me go ahead and get this in the Volvo 850 Estate. It's definitely not the most aerodynamic car, but as of right now, it's the lightest car, which is interesting because it's even lighter than the little Formula One, the Hot Wheels 4-track, the first one that we just took a look at. So it's a metal body on a plastic base, but the inside it's basically hollow on the inside. Got a few seats, and it's got that spare tire hanging out in the back, but other than that, it is just a Volvo 850 Estate. Car number 1042, and it is. We had a Volvo, the Volvo Gasser, but that was a totally different car, totally different look and feel, and it did okay, it did pretty well, but I don't remember how the Volvo Drift Wagon did. I can't imagine that this car is going to do anything special on the track. It's got a flat back end, but I think that the aerodynamic profile is not really going to help it. Yeah, exactly. The windows are down, so the air is going to enter in there. There's nowhere for it to really escape. That's going to hurt it. It's got a large, not a large front end, but it's got a lot of surface area right in the front with the grill and the bumper. The air is going to definitely build up there. Then it has to come up over the top. The windshield is at this traditional angle. The air is going to hit that, come up over the top, and it may stay attached to the body of the car all the way to the end. It's going to be a challenge for this car. It's going to be a challenge. So we'll find out if the Volvo 850 Estate is going to do something special on the track. Hard to say, but we will definitely find out. It's interesting that it's so much lighter, that it's the lightest car so far, because the BlitzSpeeder is 32.4 grams. The HW4 Track is about 31.9 grams, and that Volvo Estate's coming in at 29 grams, so it's significantly lighter than the other cars that we've introduced. But so far, so good. Let me check the manufacturing year. 2019. I also like the fact that it kept the theme. It's black. It's got the go back. Just from the style perspective, I like that it's black, and they have the gray wheels, and then what they did, the little headlights, that silver, kind of sets it off. Then they even did the tail lights, a little bit of red, a little bit of white there, the Volvo logo. So I like that. It's very subtle, but it's a nice clean design on that car. So that is a case of kind of less is more. They didn't have to use all of their tools in their toolbox to make that car look cool. So let's see what the third car is going to be. Like I said, I just pulled a bunch of cars out, and we're going to see. All right, next one up. Not going to be able to see it because it is green, but the Crescendo. Let's see if we have one of these. I don't. If we do have one, it's probably an older car, or sort of older in the fleet. Let's see. Crescendo. Yep, we do have one. It is car number 778. Let's go ahead and check just to be sure and make sure, see if there's a difference. Because after the situation with the Amazon, it seemed that, oh no, I said 778. With the Amazon, that was an interesting situation because that car was definitely different. It was the exact same car, but because it had a different setup in terms of one was metal on plastic, one was plastic on metal, then that meant we could have both the cars in the fleet, and it wasn't really a duplicate situation. With this one, let's look at this Crescendo here and see, is there any significant difference? Nope, they're both X-Racers cars. They've got the plastic body, they have the metal base, and the wheels are a little different on this one, but the wheels aren't significantly different enough that it justifies having two of these in the fleet. So this one that I just pulled is a prize car. It also has a splitter that can be lowered or raised up, so that's kind of cool. We've got that. All right, that is another prize car. But don't worry, I've got so many cars we're pulling out. This one I know we have because we just raced it recently. The El Segundo Coupe, and this one I pulled out, and I knew that went, I think the one that we got, yeah, because it's car 1020. We had the El Segundo Rally Yee, and then we had the El Segundo Coupe, which is car number 1020. And I'm pretty sure these are exactly the same, just with a different paint job. That is the one that we have, and I actually like that one there. I like the black and gold much better than this gray and white. So this gray and white version will become a prize car. El Segundo Coupe. All right, let's see if we can dig in here and pull out one that we don't have in the fleet already. Got this one, a 69 COPO Camaro. Let's go and check and see if we have one of these. 69. We have a 69 COPO Corvette. We have no COPO Camaro, but guess what? We do now. All right, 69 COPO Camaro. Up, another one, best for track. What does that mean? Nobody knows, but we're going to find out. If one of these best for track cars comes out on top, then it doesn't really tell us. It still doesn't answer the question, but let's check it out. '69 COPO Camaro. I like the look of this car. It weighs in at 38.3 grams. It is metal on plastic, and it is kind of interesting. Let's take a look, get it set up. Switch over here and take a look at this one. It is the COPO Camaro 69. It's got kind of those, I think the Starsky and Hutch car was the Torino, I believe. But this just is giving me old Starsky and Hutch vibes. Just because of that red and white with the line. But this one, it's interesting because it has the larger, wider wheels in the back, like the drag racing slicks. And then on the front, it has the standard Hot Wheels wheels. And I kind of like that better. I like it when the car has the bigger wheels in the back, like actually the bigger, wider Hot Wheels wheels in the back, and then the standard wheels in the front, versus the cars that have, like, sometimes they try to do the same thing, and we have some cars where what they do is they put the regular size Hot Wheels wheels in the back, and then you get smaller. They have these smaller Hot Wheels wheels in the front. So this one has bigger wheels in the back, standard wheels in the front. Sometimes they'll have standard wheels in the back and then even smaller wheels in the front. And I'm not really a fan of that. Not really a fan. So we have the 69 COPO Camaro. And I go ahead and get my still picture. And we have this. Yeah, it's when Christopher suggested having the weigh-ins like in the tournaments. And before I did At the Track, before I did it live, when it was just when I did it as a pre-recorded thing, and I had a whole set and a lineup, and I believe that if you look around the YouTube page, there's probably I know that video's up somewhere of what cars were, I forget the cars that were racing against each other, but there was a whole little tournament that I did. It's the BlitzSpeeder and some others. And I had a whole weigh-in thing, and the cars are rotating, and the statistics drop down, and it's a whole animated thing. And it took a it took a lot of work, and I think that I prefer the live kind of format, but it doesn't let me do some of those editing and presentation kind of tricks that were pretty cool, that I really liked for that series. But yeah, it was just a lot to do. All right, 69 COPO Camaro. Actually, I think if I had to pick a car right now that I think would win of the three that we've got in so far, the HW track car, the what's it called, HW4 track, the little fantasy Indy car, the Volvo Estate, and this one. The Volvo Estate isn't really, I'm not considering, but this one, I think this one, I'm looking at this as a car that I wouldn't be surprised to see in the finals. And if you see, this is what I'm talking about with the wheels, you can see that it's much wider. They're much wider. Let me put the year in, 2019. The wheels in the back, much wider, much wider. And I like that. Is because there's some cars that take, let's see if I can find one, kind of like this one. So this is the supercharged, and what they did was they took the regular Hot Wheels wheel here, and then they put these little tiny, these smaller Hot Wheels wheels there, and that is not, it's not, I don't know. I don't have any proof so far that that makes for a worse performance, but I like this setup much better. And I like this car. It's a cool looking car. Kind of like the Volvo. They didn't do a lot here, but what they did is pretty cool. I like the stripes. They have the little Camaro badge there. And they didn't do anything in the back, but that's, I can overlook that. They didn't do anything in the front either, but overall, I like this car. So there we go. We have the 69 COPO Camaro. We have the HW4 track, and we have the Volvo Estate. We are going to see now if we are going to have a new entry into the fleet or if we're going to have a prize car. And remember, you can go to AtTheTrack.live, select the choose your car option, scroll through those cars, look through those cars, find the car that you want, and take the number associated with that car, drop it in the chat, and I will pull that, and you will be ready to race. Ready to race. All right, what do we have here? Let's see. We have the Renault Sports RS01. I'm pretty sure we have this one in here. And I think that it wasn't too long ago that we introduced it. Renault Sport RS01. We do have it in there. It is car number 979. I'm fairly certain it is the exact same car as this one. Red. What did I say? Renault 979. So that would be page 5. At the bottom, 979 would be, yep, exact same car. So this one's going to the prize bin. All right, this next one, I'm hoping that we don't already have one in here, but I'm pretty sure we probably do. This is the Pagani Zonda R, and this is just such a good looking car that I hope we don't already have one in here, but I'm pretty sure we do. Yeah, we do. Pagani Zonda R, car number 644. Let's check, because if there's any possibility that there's something different, then I will keep both of these in the fleet. It was Pagani Zonda R, car 644. We need to go to page Pagani Zonda R 644. And that is the thing. 640. Oh, I like that one too. Okay, I am not mad at that one. This one's cool. I like the burgundy one better. So this Pagani Zonda R, it looks like it is going into the prize bin. That's tough because this is a good looking car. But hey, is what it is. Can't have duplicates. Can't have cars that are exactly the same. All right, what do we got? Here's one. Fantasy car, another one with the best for track designation. It is called the Lightnin Bug. Lightnin Bug. Let's see if we have a Lightnin Bug in here. Maybe we do, maybe we do not. Let's see. Checking this spreadsheet. I do not. Okay, we have a car called the Little Green Speedster. I'm just kind of curious what that is. That's car number 130. Little Green Speedster. 130. I mean, we know what it looks. I mean, we know what color it is. Oh. This little, was it Toy Story? With the little alien things? I think a Toy Story. But, alright. So, let's get back to the Lightnin Bug. This is a fantasy car, also with the best for track designation. So, we're going to find out. Here we go. This car is plastic on a metal base, and there isn't really, let's see, weighs in at 34.4 grams, so that's not bad. And let's go ahead and take a closer look at this one. It is the Lightnin Bug, and it's green and orange. Let's get it here. All right. This is an interesting car in that it's pretty light, but I'm looking at the top of the car, and it's got a very interesting, I think this car, when we put it into the wind tunnel, we'll find that it has a good aerodynamic profile. The air should be flowing right up over the top of this car with ease, but it does have a big front area. And what we see when we put these cars in the wind tunnel is that the air sort of builds up in the front of the car, especially these cars that have larger frontal areas, and then the air flows over, under, and around. This car also has these interesting openings just above the side skirts and below the just below the passenger side window and driver side window. It looks like there is an opening right there in the back where the engine is, so that the air that goes in there can flow out, which is important because we see some cars where the air can flow in, but it can't get out. And that is a recipe to have a car where the air being trapped kind of performs like a parachute and works against the car's forward momentum, so it works to slow it down. Lightnin Bug. It's a fantasy car. It's kind of like they took a little bit of the VW Bug, stretched it out, did some other interesting things there, but right here on the side, this is open here, so the air can flow in. Air that flows in there, there is a little bit of space here for it to flow out, It also looks like it could flow out through these openings here. So it's kind of interesting. It's not a situation where this car is going to trap that air in. So it'll be interesting to see. It looks to have bigger wheels at the back than it does at the front, but the wheels at the front are not. They're not very small. They're not those small wheels that we've seen on some of the other cars. They're not the disc wheels, but this car it does have the, let's see if the logo is on there. Yes, it does. Has it on there, the Best for Track logo right there. So we've got the Best for Track logo. Still don't know what that means. The wheels on this car. So we've had multiple. Actually, every car. Okay, not every car. Just this one and the Camaro. So we have this one. Check out the wheels. We have the Camaro. Those are the wheels, and then we have this one, the Hot Wheels 4-track. Those are the wheels. So all of those cars have the Best for Track little designation. But what makes them Best for Track? What is similar? They all have their different weights. So that's not the same. So Best for Track doesn't mean the weight is the same. Two of the cars are plastic on metal. One is metal on plastic. So that's not the same. The wheels are different. The shape and style are different. So what exactly could Best for Track, what does it mean? I have absolutely zero idea. These cars have nothing in common other than they all have the little Best for Track label. So we are going to find out no, we're not going to be able to get to the bottom of it. All we're going to do is find out if one of these Best for Track cars can come out on top. The BlitzSpeeder, I know that they have a new version, a new color design of the BlitzSpeeder in stores now, and I have one, but I don't remember if on the package it said Best for Track or anything like that. So it is still going to be a mystery even after we finish racing today. What exactly does Best for Track mean? Let's see. Picked up a 96 Dodge Viper GTS and a mod mill. I got a mod mill, but that 96 Dodge Viper GTS, that sounds like a nice car. Good pickup. All right, let's see. What do we have here next? I still have my bag of cars that I picked up more recently. How about rock with, try this one. This is interesting. This is green, so you won't be able to see some of it, but it is a 69 Chevelle, but it's like a little compact. It's an X-Racer, so we might have a 69 Chevelle, but I'm pretty sure that it is not this style. We have two 69 Chevelles. If they are these little compact ones, then we are going to have another prize car, but if not, we may have something. All right, so the first one is number 90. Oh, no, wait. 69 Chevelle. First one is number 57, so let's check that out. 57, and it is a little compact Chevelle. It is basically this one. This is an X-Racer's car. It is, plastic body, metal base. The wheels are different, but it's pretty much the exact same car. And then we have another 69 Chevelle that is car number 352. Let's check and see. Car 352. That would be on the second page. 352. I think this one is more of a standard car. Yeah, this is. Oh no, this might be the exact same. This one does not look like it's an X-Racer's car, but it does look to be the same kind of compact Chevelle that this one is. So this one's going into the prize bin. I picked it up, and I should have checked the spreadsheet. I have the spreadsheet on my phone, so it is possible to check. So that's my fault. I didn't check. All right, that one. All right, going back to the bag. Had to have something in the bag that. Let's see. How about a Ford Mustang Mach-E 1400? The Mach-E, I feel it in my bones. I feel like I got one of these, but I don't need to think or feel because I've got a spreadsheet to let me know. Ford Mustang Mach-E 1400. We have it. It's car number 995. So this is a prize car. So see, that's what I get for buying cars and not checking the spreadsheet. This one, I think we just raced this car last week. How did I buy the exact same car? This one, this 2013 SRT Dodge Viper, we just raced this car last week. It is right there. So, I don't know what I was thinking. Clearly I wasn't, because this is yet another prize car. I really gotta stop. What do we have in here? We have, this is, let's see. Yeah, we'll do it. This is just, the real world car is, I love it, even though there's people have complained. There's two problems with the real ID Buzz, which are the range isn't so great, and the cost. The price is sky high, and at least for the versions that are in the U.S. And Volkswagen is not coming out with a 2026 model. Presumably, they're going to go back and rework some things, come out 2027 with more range and a lower price. Maybe, possibly, in theory. But if I could pick one up, I would. I like the look and the style and the feel. There is already an ID Buzz in the fleet, but this is the ID Buzz Bomb, where they made it the little Buzz Bomb surfer car. So let's see what it says. Born in 2025 in Hanover, Germany, designer Volkswagen surfs up with this all-electric van inspired by the iconic Volkswagen Beach Bomb, dual surfboards and all. Combining futuristic technology, bold styling, and impressive performance, it seamlessly blends retro charm with cutting-edge innovation. So, the other ID Buzz we had, didn't do so well on the track. I didn't expect it to. I don't really expect this one to do well. But it's an ID Buzz, so I picked it up. And let's check it out. Okay, so your Dodge Viper is yellow. Okay, nice. It's a good Viper car. If not red, then yeah, definitely the yellow Viper. Also black. Well, Vipers, yeah, look good. It's a good looking car in pretty much in any color. All right, this one's pretty hollow feeling. Let's check the weight. It is coming in at 33.2. So that's not bad. Not bad at all for a big vehicle. Switch over. take a look at the ID Buzz Bomb with the plum and white two-tone coming in there. I think if I was going to pick one of these up, I would get the one with that. It's white on the top, and it's got the burnt orange at the bottom. That's the one that I like, and yeah, it's just one of those things that I saw it a few years before it was introduced in the United States at the Peterson, at this automotive museum here in LA, and liked it, and it eventually came out. But when it came out, the price was just crazy. It was like $60,000-$70,000, and then I think the range is about 200-ish miles, which is not it's not good. I mean, it's not the worst, but it could, and people's expectations is that it should be better, and it just wasn't. So that high price combined with the low range just made for a car that did not sell. Plus, it took a long time to come out. From the time they announced it and then the time it actually came out in the U.S., too much time had passed, and there were other competitors, and it just did not sell like they thought. But the good news for somebody like me is that the prices are coming down because the dealers are trying to move them, and when cars aren't selling, you lower the price until they do. And I'm sure they'll be popping up on the used market and things like that. So we'll see. I would like this. All right, here we go. The Buzz Bomb. Aerodynamically, this is a brick on wheels, and even though it's got a kind of a cool little styling, on our track, we're talking about speed, we're talking about racing. This is not it. This is not the way to go when you want to win a race. This is the way to go when you want to kind of look kind of cool sliding down the track, but no chance that this thing is performs any better than the original ID Buzz that we had in. Even just looking at the front, it's bad enough that it's got this huge frontal area, which is not going to help it out at all. But then it's got these little pockets right here where air is going to be trapped in right here, and that is that. Now, these aren't necessarily the faster than ever wheels. And the thing is, with the faster than ever wheels, it is it's the axle that's the big, the wheels are specific wheels on the faster than ever cars, but it's the axle that is nickel plated, and that reduces the amount of friction, allows the wheels to spin more freely and faster, and so the cars can keep up more of their speed. And that's the trick with the faster than ever cars. And it's also why faster than ever cars are the only cars that we actually know what is going on when they say this is a faster than ever car. Oh, because this is what we did, this is why it's faster. When it says best for track or track stars or any of that, it doesn't really mean anything. So we have no idea. But no, this isn't specifically a faster than ever wheeled car. But it would pretty much be a waste putting faster than ever wheels on something so with such a poor aerodynamic profile. So if they were gonna do it, they should do it on a car that's got a shot to be fast. So, and actually, these, well, no, that's not. Do I have one just laying around? No, I thought I had one just laying around here somewhere. But I don't. All right, let's see. We have the Hot Wheels HW4 track. We have the Volvo Estate 850, 69 COPO Camaro. We've got the Lightnin Bug, and we've got the Buzz Bomb. So we have a good, solid lineup of cars. And we have, let's see if we have one more. We've got one more here that I don't even know if it'll fit on the track, but we can, let's go ahead and see. Put something different in there. The GMC Hummer EV. So at least what we could have, if this is two things we've got to presume. This Buzz Bomb, the manufacturing year is 2026. I think that is our first 2026 manufacturing year car that's in the fleet. With this one, if we don't have one, so let me check that right now. First things first, do we have one? A GMC, we do not. Okay, so there's no GMC anything. So now the only question is, will it fit in the launcher? Because usually I kind of avoid bigger trucks because they don't tend to fit in. Let's see, Detroit, Michigan, born 2021, designer General Motors. Say hello to the world's first all-electric super truck. This iconic off-road vehicle has a massive battery pack that lets you drive up to 350 miles in one trip. So see, this one, 350 miles. The ID Buzz, about 200. All right, let's see. Let's see what is going to happen. Where's my track? This is the launcher. Will this thing fit into the launcher? No, it will not. It is too wide. The wheels are too wide. It will not fit. So this GMC is going to end up being, end up being a prize car. A loose prize car, but a prize car nonetheless. Let me see. We got to get something in here for this ID Buzz to race. Let's see if we can go with this one. We've got the Renault Espace. I was about to say Escape. It's Espace F1. Let's see. Do we have one? If not, then we will just roll with what we have. The Renault. Oh, yep, we do. It is car number 902. We'll just check real quick to make sure it is significantly different. Car number 902. It is 902. There we go. Now, let's see. That one's definitely metal on plastic. Is this one, if this one's plastic on metal, it can stay. It is not. This one is also metal on plastic, so that means it is going to the prize bin. All right, we are going to just stick with the 5 cars that we have set up and introduced. I am going to go and grab Roughshod and Christopher's cars, and then I will be back, and we will be one step closer to hitting the track and finding out which of these cars is going to be challenging the BlitzSpeeder for fastest in-fleet supremacy. I'll be right back. It won't take 5 minutes, but that's what the clock's going to say, so what can you do? Okay, let's see. Christopher and Roughshod have picked a couple of cars that they think are going to be able to knock out all these other cars and take out the BlitzSpeeder. We're going to see if that happens. So, first up, Christopher picked the Hot Wired, which is coming in at 26.7 grams, which is very light. That might be the lightest car of the day. It's gonna be right in there. Let me switch over here. Right there with the HW4 track. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. This one is, it's a I guess I'm trying to decide, were they trying to make a like an NHRA dragster, or were they trying to, I think it's more of a dragster than F1 style car. I think the Hot Wheels 4 track is the one, but this one is interesting. Obviously it's light. The back end, here's what I like right there. You can see it there. This back end, it's got this flat piece that sticks out. This white part sticks out just a little further than the tires. So this is actually great, because that is the part that is going to press up against the launching block, and that is the part that is going to get pressed, that it's going to use to push it out. And it means that this car should get a very good, very consistent launch. It is possible that with all the weight clearly being toward the back, that this car is going to pop up in the air, but even if it does, the acrylic cover will get it back down onto the track pretty quickly. It's got the skinny disc wheels in the front, but they're also protected, so in the event that this car does crash, those wheels are not in any jeopardy, and the axle will not be destroyed as a result of this car crashing if it crashes. We had it in the wind tunnel, and it's another of those cars that it's tough to really get a sense for how it's going to perform based on what we see in the wind tunnel, because it's got so many unique characteristics and angles. This cockpit area is open, but there's also openings down below, and this is going to be pretty interesting. Yeah, you're right. It's there. Thank you. It's there. The fantasy car version of the top fuel drag car, and we will see. We will see indeed if this car can live up to the reputation of the real world top fuel dragsters and pull off a big victory in and on our track. The other car that is going to be another viewer picked car, Roughshod brought back this one, and I'm very curious to see what it does. This is the Chaparral 2, and this is interesting. It weighs in at 40.8 grams. It's small and it's compact. Just for the sake of comparison, there is the Hot Wired, and you can see that the Hot Wired is longer than this car, but weighs significantly less. The Chaparral 2 is all metal, and that's where the weight is coming from. It is metal. It's one of the few cars that we have that is metal on metal, and especially one of the few cars, because the manufacturing year on this one, it says 1997, so that makes sense that it's metal on metal. This car has raced before, and it did very well. The back end, that spoiler kind of comes up and presses flat right against the launching block. this thing gets good solid launches, that kind of low, that the weight actually helps this car. It is compact. It's a heavy car, but it's not a large car. And I think that was what we saw before. It does have the open driver's cockpit. When we had it in the wind tunnel, there was air that was going into this area. There was also a lot of air that was just flowing right over the top from the windshield, right across the back to this engine area, across the back, and right off the end. So this is the Chaparral 2. It is the heaviest car of the day, even though it's the smallest car of the day. And we are going to find out if that is, maybe it's got the right, all the right stuff. Not much happening on the front end. It's pretty small, so that air just flows right up over and across the hood, right to the windshield and the driver's compartment, and then out to the back. And the air that flows underneath the car, with all these cars, there isn't really anything beneath them to obstruct the airflow, and that seems to be what we've got. So the Chaparral 2 will be hitting the track again, along with the Hot Wired, the Buzz Bomb, the 69 Camaro, the Volvo Estate, the HW4 track, and the Lightnin Bug. We are ready to go, but I am going to let you know, in case you just stumbled across this channel at some point, and you clicked the tab in the description, the time code, and jumped right to the races. Let me tell you what you're about to see. You are about to see our 3-camera racetrack view. The cars are going to start at the top of the screen on the left. In the launcher, I'm going to give a countdown: 3, 2, 1, race. I am going to hit the switch. The cars are going to come firing out of the launcher. They're going to go from top to bottom, passing out of the bottom of the screen on the right. They're going to show up at the top of the screen in the middle. From top to bottom they will go. They will pass out of the bottom of the screen in the middle, show up at the top of the screen on the far right, our finish line camera. They will come from top to bottom, crossing the finish line, and the first car to cross the finish line will be indicated with a solid red light. A solid red light indicates the winning car, and a flashing red light indicates the losing car. After the first race, the cars will switch lanes and race again. Same thing. Flashing red light, loser. Solid red light, winner. And then, if necessary, we will go to a third and final race. But the first car to take 2 races wins and moves on in the tournament. Beyond that, if a car crashes and leaves the track, no problem. We simply reset the cars, run the race again. If that same car crashes twice consecutively, then we have a problem. Then that means that that car is going to be disqualified, because a car that crashes twice consecutively in exactly the same way suggests there's a problem with the car and the launches it's getting, and it's something that's not going to be resolved by just running the race over and over again. So if a car crashes twice, leaves the track, then it is disqualified. If a car crashes but somehow stays on the track, like it goes up on its roof and slides down the track, that still counts. Even though it crashed, if it stays on the track, then that is just a loss. And that is unfortunate, but that's just the way it goes. So, all you need to do is have your car stay on the track, win 2 races, and that's how it goes. And you will be ready to battle the BlitzSpeeder, possibly. We're going to find out which car that is. So I will see you over at the track in 30 seconds. just double check the audio. 1, 2, and we are good to go on the audio. We are good to go with our cars that are going to be racing today to see which one can take out the BlitzSpeeder. Just checking out everything on the track. We have a 1/64 scale quarter-mile drag strip. It is just over 20 feet long, and it is the scene of the fastest Hot Wheels races online. These cars are moving at scale speeds of around 500 miles per hour. They are moving significantly faster than cars on a gravity track, and that is why drag is so important. That's why what we do on Wednesdays is so important, because drag is the most important factor affecting objects moving quickly through any space. So we are going to fire these cars up, see which one comes out on top. We are going to start off. Let's go with, I'm going to take the Buzz Bomb, and we'll put it up against that Volvo Estate. I think this is probably going to be the only race that Volvo Estate is going to have the advantage in. But I need to switch out this cover because the Buzz Bomb is just too tall. Let's see, is this going to work? That will work. All right, we've got the cars lining up. We've got the Buzz Bomb in lane 2. We have the Volvo Estate in lane 1. Race number 1 coming up. Here we go. Buzz Bomb lane 2, Volvo lane 1. Three, 2, 1, race. The Buzz Bomb! The Buzz Bomb takes it. And this outcome is exactly why we have to run the races. I had theories, I had ideas, based on what we saw before, based on this, based on that, and throw it all out the window because the Buzz Bomb took race number 1. Now, can it take race number 2 and move on? That is the question. Is there something different about this Buzz Bomb versus the other version? Is the other version designed differently? I don't know. I'd have to go back and actually examine it. I wasn't planning to do that because I didn't expect that the Buzz Bomb would be dropping bombs and making waves, but here we are. We've got the Buzz Bomb with the surfboards on top. We have the Volvo Estate wagon in lane 2. The Buzz Bomb is in lane 1. Race number 2, here we go. 3, 2, 1, race. Oh, the Buzz Bomb was behind. It started kind of closing a little bit towards the end, but it didn't close fast enough, and it was beaten soundly. But all that means is we are going to race number 3. Right out of the gate, we are going to a third and final race to determine which of these cars is going to move on. My expectations are kind of low, but you never know. You never know which of these cars is going to come out on top. Is it going to be the Buzz Bomb? Is it going to be the Volvo? Either one of these cars, this is probably going to be their only shot at glory, their only time to shine in the winner's circle. But you never know. But you kind of know, but you don't know. All right, here we go. We have the Buzz Bomb in lane 2. We have the Volvo in lane 1. Race number 3. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, race. The Buzz Bomb, representing for the Vans, comes out on top and is going to be moving on in the tournament. We have the Buzz Bomb, and the Volvo Estate is going into the prize bin. I'm sorry, not the prize bin. Going back into the garage. It's still in the fleet. It's still in the fleet. It is just not going to be competing anymore today. How long is the quarter-mile track? So it's a 1/64 scale quarter-mile is just, when you break it down, it's just a little bit over 20 feet. So that is how long our track is. Let's see. We are going to go with, this is going to be interesting, the Hot Wheels 4 track against the Hot Wired. And they're both Hot Wheels fantasy cars. They're just fantasy versions of different things. One's a fantasy version of a Top Fuel dragster, and the other one is a fantasy version of kind of F1-ish type car. So we will put the Hot Wheels 4 track, HW4 track, in lane number 1. We will put the Hot Wired in lane number 2. So Hot Wired lane 2, HW4 track in lane 1, race 1. Here we go. Three, 2, 1, race. It's a pretty close race. The solid red light indicates that the HW4 track took that one. And we will grab these cars, which both wedged themselves under the barrier at the end. We will get those cars out. And line them up a second time and see which car comes out on top. Is it going to be the Top Fuel dragster, or is it going to be the F1 style car? All right, let's go switch things up. We have the Hot Wired in lane 1. We have the HW4 track in lane 2, race 2. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, race. And the Hot Wheels 4 track takes that race, and it is one of the 3 cars we have today that has the best for track designation. We don't know what that means, but it was the best for track in that race, and it took it, and we'll be moving on. So now we have to see what our next matchup is going to be. The next matchup is going to be, let's see. We are going to go with, we're going to go with the, let's go Lightnin Bug versus the Camaro. Lightnin Bug versus the Camaro. We will see which of these cars comes out on top. I think that Camaro, I have a feeling like that's going to be a fast car, but you never know. This Lightnin Bug, it's a little unusual. It also has the, best for track logo attached to it, but so does this Camaro. I like this Camaro's chances a lot. I'm thinking this Camaro is going to make it to the finals, but This Lightnin Bug car is so unusual. I have no idea, but we're about to find out. Lightnin Bug in lane 169, COPO Camaro in lane 2, race 1. Here we go. Three, two, one, race. Uh-oh, and here comes that the Lightnin Bug bouncing all the way back, which it lets you know just how much force and how fast it was going, how much force it hit that final barrier with, that it came all the way, almost all the way back to the front. COPO Camaro didn't do so poorly. It came back to about the first third of the track, so kind of interesting there. Both of these cars did pretty well, but that Lightnin Bug, those X Racers fantasy cars, kind of have a I don't even know if this is, it's got the X Racers look. I don't remember. I would have to go back and look at the package to see if it was actually an X Racers car, but it's got the clear kind of neon plastic over the top sitting on that metal base. But it is now, the Lightnin Bug is now in lane 2. We have the COPO Camaro in lane 1. This is race number 2. Here we go. Three, two, one, race. That was a good race. That was close. The cars, it's funny, they went down, they hit, they bounced back, and they came back to almost exactly the same spot. So the Lightnin Bug hit the barrier, bounced all the way back right near the first part of the track, and the COPO Camaro bounced back and ended up just in about the exact same spot. So that is kind of interesting. But the COPO Camaro, even though it had the best for track designation, it was not better for the track than the Lightnin Bug. So the Lightnin Bug steps up, moves on, and we now have the Volkswagen, the ID Buzz Bomb. We have the Chaparral 2. We have the, what would that be? This is the Hot Wheels 4-track. So let's go ahead and go Chaparral 2 versus Hot Wheels 4-track and see if this, the heaviest car of the day, but the smallest car, the heaviest car and the smallest car is the same car. Let's see if that car can beat out the Hot Wheels 4-track, which is a best for track car. Whatever that means, we still don't know. The world may never know. All right, we have the Chaparral 2 lined up, locked in, ready to go in lane 2. We have the Hot Wheels 4-track in lane 1. Race number 1, here we go. 3, 2, 1, race. Chaparral 2 took it with ease. This car, I remember it from when it raced the last time. It was very impressive, and the weight was high, which it is at 40 grams, just over 40 grams. But the other thing to consider is that it's so compact and small. So it's heavy, but it's small. So is that working in its favor? How is that working in its favor? It is something that we will definitely consider, take a look at again on Wednesday. We had this car in the wind tunnel this past Wednesday, and it was an interesting car. So let's see. We've got it lined up this time. The Chaparral 2 Rough Shots pick is in lane 1. We've got the Hot Wheels 4-track, best for track, in lane 2. And this is race number 2. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, race. Yeah, that Chaparral 2 did not come to play around. It took that race with great ease. So we will be seeing the Chaparral 2 in the next round. And that is going to be, well, actually, we'll see the Chaparral 2 in the finals. And this next round is going to be the Lightnin Bug versus the Buzz Bomb. And so, let me bring the big, different acrylic cover out so that these cars can get lined up. And this is that cover that it was important that I had to create to accommodate races just like this, where we had one car that was taller and one car that was shorter, or more of a standard Hot Wheels height. So we have the Buzz Bomb lining up in lane 2. We have the Lightnin Bug, Best for Track, lined up in lane 1. Lane 1, Lightnin Bug. Lane 2, ID Buzz. Race 1, here we go. 3, 2, 1, race. Hey, I'm not mad at the Buzz's performance. The Buzz Bomb, it hung in there, but it could not catch the Lightnin Bug there at the end. So the Lightnin Bug stays in the lead, and it is one race away from a finals matchup against the Chaparral 2. Let's flip this thing around. And now we will put this in place. There we go. And we've got the Buzz Bomb in lane 1. We have the Lightnin Bug in lane 2. Race number 2. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, race. Here comes the Lightnin Bug. It's been consistent. It has hit that barrier and bounced back to right in this general area every single time that it's raced. The Buzz Bomb, I think we need to have a Buzz Bomb versus ID Buzz matchup, and we might do that a little later today after we get these races out of the way. But we still have to find out who is going to be today's champion, and whichever car that is going to come down to Roughshode's pick of the Chaparral 2, which is the heaviest car going. It is over 40 grams, just over 40, but it is small. And then it will be going up against the Best for Track Lightnin Bug, which has been looking good and been very consistent in each one of its races. We've got the Chaparral 2 in lane 1. We've got the Lightnin Bug in lane 2. Race number 1, here we go. This is the finals. 3, 2, 1, race. Chaparral 2 takes it, and the Lightnin Bug, see, it didn't bounce back quite as far. It didn't get that same push, that same performance that we've seen previously. So that's the first time that the Lightnin Bug has not bounced all the way back to the beginning of the first little section of the track. Bounced back, but not a lot to read into that, other than the fact that it lost the race. So now we are going to switch lanes. The Lightnin Bug will be in lane number 1, and the Chaparral 2 will be in lane number 2. Chaparral 2 in lane 2, and the Lightnin Bug in lane 1. The Lightnin Bug needs to take this race to force a third and final race. Otherwise, Chaparral 2, Roughshods pick, will be our champion. So here we go. Chaparral 2 in lane 2, Lightnin Bug in lane 1, race 2. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, race. Chaparral 2 takes that with absolute ease. Now the question is, can the Chaparral 2 take out the BlitzSpeeder? When the Chaparral 2 last ran on our track, it was a while ago. It was some time ago, well over a year. And the question is, it didn't win the tournament, but I don't remember what car it lost to. I don't know that it lost to the BlitzSpeeder, because I don't know if the BlitzSpeeder was our champion at that time. But we're going to find out now. We are about to find out. We are going to find out if the BlitzSpeeder can take out the Chaparral 2. Roughshod brought the Chaparral 2 back. He had considered it a couple of weeks earlier, but went with a different pick. This time, this week, he brought it back, and here we are. It won today's tournament, and now we're going to find out if it is going to take down the BlitzSpeeder. Is this the car? The Chaparral 2 is our heaviest car, 40-point-something grams. The BlitzSpeeder comes in at 32.4, and we are going to have race number 1. The BlitzSpeeder is in lane 1. And the Chaparral 2 is in lane 2. Here we go. Race number 1. 3, 2, 1, race. Wow. That was close. I mean, I had to keep my eye right on the lights at the end of the finish line to even see which car came out on top. And it turns out that it was the BlitzSpeeder, but not by much. Not by much at all. That was probably the closest BlitzSpeeder race that we've had and seen in a while. Really, since the BlitzSpeeder has been beaten. Like, I don't know that we've seen many races that the BlitzSpeeder has won that have been that close. But bottom line is the BlitzSpeeder won. So because the BlitzSpeeder won, that means it's only one win away from remaining our fastest in-fleet car. BlitzSpeeder is now switching over to lane number 2. The Chaparral 2 is now in lane 1. The Chaparral 2 is going to need to take this race in order to force a third and final race. Chaparral 2 in lane 1, BlitzSpeeder lane number 2. Race number 2, here we go. 3, 2, 1, race. And the BlitzSpeeder takes that race, and it took it by a wider margin, definitely by a wider margin than the previous race. So the BlitzSpeeder remains our fastest in-fleet champion. What I am going to do, though, is I mentioned we were going to have this one kind of bonus race. And I just need to check and see which, I just need to check the number for the ID buzz and see what, let's see, I think it's probably listed as the Volkswagen ID Buzz. It is number 824. So we are going to have 824. We are about to have ID Buzz. We're about to have ID Buzz versus ID Buzz Beach Bomb. And we're going to see if there is a significant difference. Get this. Where is, let me get the Chaparral 2 off the track, out of the way. And in our bonus race, let's see which car is going to come out on top. It's hard to say. They don't necessarily feel much different, but I can already tell that the Buzz Bomb has more metal on the top than the ID Buzz, which is kind of interesting. And we'll take a look when I pull these back into the garage. The ID Buzz which is lined up in lane number 1, the ID Buzz has plastic all along the top part of the car, and the Buzz Bomb has metal across the top. And let me get it lined up here. So we've got the Buzz Bomb in lane 2, if I can get it to stay put. And we've got the ID Buzz in lane 1. ID Buzz lane 1, Buzz Bomb lane 2, race 1, here we go. 3, 2, 1, race. The Buzz Bomb takes it. Close race as it should be with these two cars, because they have the same design. It's kind of like that Amazon race that we had, where the design is exactly the same. Although I will say it's not exactly the same, not the same as the Amazon race, because with the Amazon, the cars were exactly the same. With these two, the Buzz Bomb does have the surfboards on the top, and it's a minor difference, but it's a difference nonetheless. So have to take that into account and consideration. So let's see, we're switching these out. Buzz Bomb is going into lane number 1. We have the ID Buzz going into lane number 2, presuming I can get it to stay put. And there we go. All right, ID Buzz lane 2, beat Buzz Bomb in lane 1. This is race number 2. Here we go. Three, two, one, race. Interesting. This time the ID Buzz takes it. So we're going to a third and final race, and we are going to find out which of these two is going to come out on top. That one wasn't close. That one, the ID Buzz blew it out. First race was close. Second race, not close at all. Third race, we're going to see what happens. We've got the ID Buzz versus the Beach Bomb, or the Buzz Bomb. The Buzz Bomb is the same. It just has these surfboards on the top, but it does have metal in places where the ID Buzz has plastic. So here we go. Race number 3. This is Buzz versus Buzz. Buzz versus Buzz Bomb. And these cars just do not want to line up. Sometimes these cars just don't want to stay in place. They roll forward just a bit. All right. We've got the Buzz Bomb in lane 2. We've got the ID Buzz in lane 1. This is race 3, the Battle of the Buzz. Here we go. Race number 3, winner takes it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, race. The Buzz Bomb takes the Battle of the Buzzes. And let me get these cars all gathered up and buzz on back into the garage. And I will be there in just a minute. And we'll take a look at the winners, the losers, some of the things we saw, and what's coming up. I'll be right back. So the BlitzSpeeder remains our champion, but I don't think that's necessarily the big story for today. I mean, we had what's going on with my screen is a bit of a mess, huh? Oh well, something's going on with my camera, so I look like I'm in witness protection, all blurred out. But that's not what's important. What is important is that the BlitzSpeeder, is the car that came out on top today, and it is it had a close run for its money from Roughshods pick, which is and was the Chaparral 2. The Chaparral 2 is a fast car. We saw that in the races, and it is just one of the most interesting cars that we've had race, because it is so heavy, but it is so small. And if you put it side by side with the BlitzSpeeder, you can see the difference in size right there. The BlitzSpeeder is longer, and it is taller. So the BlitzSpeeder really just that aerodynamic profile is good, but that first race was extremely close, and I was kind of surprised that the BlitzSpeeder had a race that close, and it usually isn't how it happens, especially not for the BlitzSpeeder. No, the BlitzSpeeder is usually able to kind of knock cars completely out, and the races aren't close. But the weight, I think you're right, Rough Shot. Like in the end, it might have been just too much. That weight just was a little too much, but it was a good showing, and it's the closest race that the BlitzSpeeder has had in a while. So there is that. And let's see, the two others races that we had, the little bonus race, was with these two. It was with the Buzz Bomb, or that's the ID Buzz, and then the Buzz Bomb right here. Take a look at those two while I see if I can get this. Not sure what's going on with this camera, but I'm gonna try something really quick with this. But yeah, when you look at these two, the ID Buzz, so that's the yellow one. the top part is all plastic, and then the yellow and white part on there is all metal. On the Buzz Bomb, the white part is the white part's metal, and the bottom part, this plum part, is plastic. So it's definitely just a different setup, and they are the same car, but it just goes to show that there are differences, there can be differences, and that made the difference, apparently, in that race outcome that we saw. Let me check this. That camera's still not coming on. Let's see what the weight is. So the ID Buzz is, let's see, ID Buzz is weighing in at 41.2 grams, and the Buzz Bomb is coming in at 33 grams. So there's significantly there's a significant difference in the weight. The ID Buzz, that one, 41 grams, and the Buzz Bomb is coming in at 33. So that is a legitimate difference. So we are going to have another situation like with the Amazon, where we had two cars that are pretty much similar, except the design is similar, but the weight is totally different. And that is significant. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not sure why the camera is what's happening with that, but it is not, that is not the most important thing. Who knows? Technology and trying to solve some of these issues on the fly is not always the easiest thing to do, but I'll get it right. Nevertheless, we have had some good races. We had the Buzz Bomb, we had the Buzz versus Buzz, but in the end, it was the BlitzSpeeder that took it. We did not get any resolution. We still don't know what best for track means. It really means, it kind of means nothing. It really doesn't mean much of anything. I think it is entirely a marketing gimmick and trick, just something that Hot Wheels needs to say to get people to think, oh wait, this might be something new, this might be something different, when really it's not anything different or special or anything like that. So let's see, try something here. Well, I guess I could do this. That works. And that will work. That will work in the short term. So we had another good day of races. Just a reminder that I just launched last night a 24/7 streaming channel. If you just want something on in the background, something to just, I don't know, look at, relax, meditate, look at, I don't know what people do with this, study, read, whatever you're doing. It is our live channel. Just go to the live tab on our YouTube channel page, and it is there. It is just hours and hours and hours, 24 hours of Hot Wheels cars. I think in total there's about 8 hours. Like if you just watched from beginning to end before it reset, it would be about 8 hours. So 8 hours continue, and then it'll loop back. So 24 hours of Hot Wheels cars, just trying something new, and that is there. But the main thing is on Wednesday, Wind Tunnel Wednesday. We will be here 4 p.m. Pacific to put these cars in the wind tunnel, see what we see, take a little bit more of a scientific look at what we have going on with these cars, trying to make some determinations about how we think they'll perform on the track, or looking at cars that performed well on the track and then trying to figure out what the relationship is between the amount of drag they're able to reduce and their performance on the track. That is coming up, and then we'll be back here next Saturday. Christopher says he is locking in with 2 cars for Wind Tunnel Wednesday, which is the exact right thing to do, which is find the cars that you think may be fast, and then I will put those in the wind tunnel. You can judge for yourself. Let me see, 734 and 715. And let's see what those cars are real quick. Take a quick look at those cars. 715 should be around here. 600, 715, and 734. 715. The Buick Grand National, fast with the faster than ever wheels. Kendrick Lamar would approve. The Grand National. We will have that one on the track. That is one that's interesting. I picked this one up in San Jose. There was a lowrider festival that we have. There's actually a video, a highlight video on our YouTube page and Instagram from the lowrider festival in San Jose. And I actually ran into the vendor that I bought this from down here in LA, so it was just kind of a weird coincidence. So okay, so we've got the Grand National with the faster than ever wheels, and let's see what the other car is. Christopher may be considering. It is car number 734, and that is gonna be the A-Team van. Let me make sure I've got the numbers right. The A-Team van he's coming with. Wow, okay. 734. The A-Team van. Or I think the official name is like the Vandura or something like that. But yeah, this is the 8384 GMC panel van. I think the real van that they use is called like the Vandura or something like that. But okay, the A-Team van, very interesting. Very different picks. I'll be curious to see which one that you actually end up going with, but we will put both of those cars into the wind tunnel and we will find out what his pick is. You can also just go to AtTheTrack.live and you can select a car to put in the wind tunnel, to race on the track, all of that. Everything you need. If you want more information about our science program, all about aerodynamics, go to AAAerodynamics.com or follow us on Instagram, AAAerodynamics. All the information you need is right there in the bio. So, we had a good day of races. Appreciate you watching and participating for Wind Tunnel Wednesday, for At the Track Live, for All About Aerodynamics, and now for All About Aerodynamics 24/7 Lo-Fi channel. I am Coach James, and until next time, I will see you at the races.